So something I want to point out is, you may be thinking, this is overkill. We didn't have any problems today. We didn't really need these on the trailer. None of the pigs tried to break out. It only takes a second to put a second layer of protection on, and it just secures everything to the trailer really well. We think it's a really good use of time. We just keep these chains with an extra hook on the trailer, and actually when we're done, we're ready to load up and take off, we'll take these and wrap them right around each door, just in case the door would happen to come loose in transit. Probably isn't going to happen, but you never know. It's also always nice to have an extra chain and a clip on your trailer, because if you're alone, this acts like a second set of human hands. If you get down to the butcher and for some reason you're unloading by yourself, which has happened to me on more than one occasion, I got there after they closed, or I had to go before they opened, particularly when I was working off farm. I had to do things in weird hours. Having this available with an extra gate when you're backing up to unload the animals, you can take this, put the gate up to the trailer, and secure the gate to your trailer with this to get the animals unloaded into the facility. So having some extra stuff like this on your trailer is just a really smart idea. So now we're actually down at the front of our farm out by the road on a nice level flat area, and we're going to disconnect the trailer from the tractor. And this might seem like a pretty routine thing you would want to do, but something I want to point out is that you always want to take and put some wheel chocks under your tires before you disconnect it from the tractor to hook it up to the truck. As you can see, the pigs are moving around in here and it'll roll, and we don't want this thing knocking loose, falling off of our stand that we're going to have up here before we get the truck in place. So what I do is I just keep a couple of 6x6 pieces of treated material down here by the grain bins on this little flat driveway, and I'll actually just take and put these underneath a couple of the tires here. I've actually got one more I'm going to grab out of the front of the tractor to put up against here. I'll get my block, put it under the kickstand on the front of the trailer, get the tractor disconnected, moved out of the way, and we'll get the truck down here and be ready to hook up and get on the road. So I could sit here and just crank and crank and crank, and eventually I'd get my livestock trailer up high enough that I can back my truck under it. But don't forget, we've got this nifty tool on the back of the tractor. We can actually just lift the trailer way up. Now that I've got this lined up, what I'm going to do is hop onto the tractor, get it started, use the hydraulics to raise this up, and then this will easily just drop down so that I've got it high enough to back my truck under it easily, and I'll pull the tractor out of the way. So now we've got our trailer all hooked up. We've got our safety pin in there so that the hitch can't come apart. We've got our 2 safety chains on. We've hooked up our lights. We've taken our kickstand all the way up. Now what I'm going to do is a final safety check all the way around the trailer. I've turned on my parking lights. I want to make sure all my lights are working before I get out on the road. I'm actually going to pick up my wheel chocks and my block that I put under the jack stand and put it in the back of the truck. You never know when you may have a flat tire on the road. I also carry a safety kit in my truck so I can change a tire if I need to on the trailer or the truck. It's important that you're prepared, particularly when you're hauling livestock in the middle of the summer on a 90-degree day. If you break down and you're out there for too long, your animals could get in trouble and get stressed on the way to the butcher. So I always travel prepared in case I need to stop and do a quick repair on the side of the road.